Wow. Another play just like that.
It was the...
That time it goes to Jaden Portis, the junior. It was a strike for about 40 yards, I would say, Mario.
And so far, Reading has looked the part here for Kirkwood on offense with this high-geared passing attack.
Yeah, it seems like the second time they've been able to split those safeties in there and get the receiver coming inside like that towards the post. If it wasn't for that cornerback there, you might have had another touchdown.
Cobra's on the 20-yard line here tonight. They're going to hand it off to the running back, who gets to the right side. He's tackled at the 15-yard line.
Running game is always important, even in a heavy passing attack. You need something to complement that threat. Otherwise, you'll just have 11 guys go downfield in coverage. But yeah, there's a good play for Clay Brooks. Like to get some action coming out of your running backs early in this game too.
Claybrooks got his second offer from Bowling Green. Of course, that team being coached by former TSU head coach Eddie George. And
be trading one shade of orange for another.
As a spin move by Claybrooks, he gets down towards the red zone, about the 7-yard line. First down, Cobras.
First and goal to go, it appears. It was a nice play once again. Of course, keeping him honest with the run up the middle. Looking for a second thought on this play, perhaps, from the coaching staff. Had to clear something out of the way from the defensive end. Looks like he dropped his mouth guard. Got it back, thankfully.
Ball on the 6-yard line. Reading takes a snap, throws it towards the right. Incomplete.
It's a little high and away and ahead of the receiver. Nearly had his second passing touchdown of the game. Just did not make the throw quite where it needed to be.
He was looking for number 3, Torrance Malone.
It looks like they like to balance this passing attack everywhere they can, Mario.
And last week for these teams, Kirkwood getting blown out by White House Heritage and, Kenwood. And then Kirkwood, as the run towards the left side.
Kenwood, nice recognize of a play and got up there and made that play happen.
And it'll be third down. Third down, ball is spotted on the 11-yard line of Knights. Kirkwood driving. This their second drive of the ball game. Second drive of the ball game. Shotgun formation.
Moved Keenan to the side.
It's a quick pass towards the right side, nearly intercepted.
That time it looked like he was expecting number 0, Keenan, to hit the flat there, and he threw it out, hoping he would run into it, and Keenan was going straight towards that back pylon in the end zone. Looks like we've got a player down for Kirkwood. He's being helped by trainers right now on the field.
Try to get you a number for who the player is down for Kirkwood.
Got a nice crowd out here tonight at the Castle in Kenwood High School and here in beautiful Clarksville, Tennessee. It's a nice little breeze out here.
We're expecting some rain on the way potentially here into this area. Hopefully it will come later in the game and not in the first quarter.
Hey, we've got him being helped up right now. That appears to be
That's number 67 on the offensive line for Kirkwood. That's Brandon Jackson, the junior.
Yeah, we certainly hope he gets better and gets back out on the sideline to enjoy some of this new rivalry action we have here. Of course, Kirkwood's only a three-year-old school. We've got lots of history to be written between these schools as the years go on, and this is only chapter 3.
And for the Cobras, the ball is on the 12-yard line tonight. Score is 7-0 here between Kirkwood and Kenwood.
Looks like they're going for it on 4th down.
Shotgun snap. Redding going towards the right. Springs it for the right side for the end zone.
Oh.
Incomplete.
And for the 3rd time, he fails to connect with Keenan, and it even goes through a second receiver's hands as well. That time, not able to happen. Of course, the home crowd sound effects are not helping that mood of the Kirkwood sideline, I imagine. But Kenwood's going to get this ball starting on their own 11, but a nice stop after that quick drive at the beginning and that dangerous pass that happened earlier in the drive.
And if you're Kenwood, that is absolutely what you needed coming out of the onside kick recovery and the touchdown.
As you see here, he's rolling out. It goes straight through Keenan's hands, and Portis is unable to make that catch.
That was Portis nearly making a play on the football right there.
Yeah.
For Kirkwood.
Looks like we got a 2nd down here.
Knights on their own side of field here, looking to score. We're going to get their first score of the game.
Still a lot of time to go. Got 7.5 minutes left in this first quarter.
As they flip the running backs, James hands it off to the running back, and he will get tackled.
Stuffed behind the line. We are looking at 3rd and 9.
As Davis was looking for some room, couldn't find any.
Yeah, this defense for Kirkwood showing up early and often. Kirkwood has had the momentum. If you're just joining us now, of course, they scored a touchdown 13 seconds into the game after completing an onside kick to start. That has led us to our score now, 7-0 Kirkwood. Kenwood with the ball on their own 12.
Knights in the shotgun formation. And James is going to keep it here towards the left side. Bowls over a defender, and he loses the football. But it's recovered, picked up by a Knight. And that will advance it for a first down.
What a play by a number 15. We've got a replay coming for that. That was an awesome play. Look at this quarterback. He's going to fake the handoff, take it around, get through the gap there. As you can see, Kirkwood trying to get through the blockers, loses the ball at the last moment. And number 15 here for Kenwood's going to come in and poach on it. We've got a oh, it looks like they've brought it back, actually.
And that was a play they were working on here this week in practice, Hugh.
Yeah. We've got a couple of those we're looking out for tonight. It'd be a good time to use it here on 3rd and long. That play coming back, it looks like they ruled him down or a penalty.
James is going to hand it off to the running back, to Dukes. Excuse me, not Dukes, that's number 16. Harlem Trice, the sophomore. He'll only get 2 yards.
And we're going to get the punt team back out there for a 4th down. 2nd time out there tonight for the senior Quentin McKissick.
And it'll be Elijah Hurd out for return for the Cobras and punting the ball away.
Looks like we're going to whistle on the defense here.
Let's talk about what made Kenwood successful on that last defensive drive.
Well, it was a lot of plays that were keeping Kirkwood from finishing that drive off. They get this punt away here for you, and Looks like Kirkwood's going to bring this back, get around a guy, and he's tackled at the 42 in Kenwood's own territory. We have Kirkwood ball for the 3rd time tonight in their best field position starting so far. Gonna spot him at the 41.
Knights in a shotgun formation here, and the ball's on the 41-yard line tonight. As the Knights searching for their first first touchdown of the game. No, excuse me, Kirkwood has the football on the 41, the Knights. Shotgun formation. Redding's gonna hand it off to Westbrook. Westbrook makes a move towards the outside, and he gets tackled.
What a play from the running back there. Kirkwood's using a lot of motion right now on Kenwood, throwing them off, linebackers moving places where they shouldn't, and they're getting some big gains out of this.
And of course, as they try to put using the motion here to try to get a advantage on offense here, Hugh. And it'll be a false start on the Cobras. They'll be backing up 5 yards.
Be a long first down. See if this can stop Kirkwood in its tracks again like the last drive.
It'll be 1st and 10, first down here for the Cobras. In the red zone. Excuse me. In the red zone. Shotgun snap.
Fakes the
Throws
handoff.
it towards the right side. Finds the receiver for the touchdown.
That's an easy touchdown for Talon Dillman, the senior, the 5'9", 140 senior, as he celebrates with his teammates there. It's a nice little open route, nice design and concept by the play callers to get him open like that. And Kirkwood early with a 2-score lead, just about 4.5 to go.
To the receiver, to Greg Williams. As the kick is good.
Yeah, as you see here, use that little fake handoff, and he's wide open. Talon Dillman with the early score.
Excuse me, Talon Dillman with the score.
And we're going to get some nice break in the action for the moment, as Kenwood looks like they're regathering of sorts before they get back out there. Nice little pep talk from the coaches. Kirkwood seems to be all smiles over there right now, getting the opening offsides attempt to work in their favor, scoring early and now making it just a little bit harder for Kenwood to stay in this game.
Senior Davis is going to be back to return here for Kenwood, and then as Marsh kicks it off to the Knights. .428 remaining here in this first quarter.
Number 2, Jake Davis, back to receive the kick.
Oh, it's another
It's up to the right side, another onside kick, and another recovery
No.
by the Cobras.
Oh, it looks like we
Oh,
might
there's
have
a
a
flag on
flag
the
here,
field.
so this could come back, but I can't believe they did it a second time. Isn't that incredible?
But it looks like the ball will be with the Knights here.
How about the guts from this coaching staff saying we want the ball as many times as possible in this one? Maybe they saw something that worried them for Kirkwood. As you see here, that ball gets kicked straight in the air just like that first one, and I believe it came down by Javen again, number 5.
And of course, as we told you earlier in the preview of this game, 81 points scored on offense for the first 2 games for Kirkwood.
That ball's coming backwards. It looks like it will be Kenwood ball after all. They're saying penalty on the kick, and it will not be counted. And it will be Kenwood ball inside of Kirkwood territory for the first time in this game, Mario.
On the 43 to Cobras, James in shotgun, Knights in shotgun formation. And James makes a move towards the right side, keeps it, stiff arms.
Nearly got around that man
Cut
there.
down by Jaden Potus, the corner.
Yeah, Portis making plays on offense. He makes plays on defense as well, playing both ways. He stops the quarterback dead in his tracks, and we're going to have a second and still not very short. Actually,
they're backing the Kenwood Knights up.
They're backing him up 15 yards here. I said a chop block below the belt. They're going to repeat first down. It's going to be 1st and 25.
1st and 25 here from the Knights' own 42-yard line.
You don't want that to deflate your team when you get a big penalty like that after finally making it across that 50.
And it's another false start. It's a false start on the Knights.
Be a 1st and 30 here tonight.
In the first drive, earlier in the first possession of the game, Kenwood had put themselves behind the sticks early on.
Yeah, they've been putting themselves behind the sticks a little bit tonight. Haven't quite gotten the passing game yet. Still early. It's still only the first quarter. Hard to imagine. A lot has happened.
As James speeds up towards the left side, and he will get finally brought down at the 48.
What a play from Christian James. He got 25, maybe 26 of those yards back in one play. This is better than it was before they called the penalty on him. Let's get another look at that. Yeah, Christian James keeps it for himself, gets around the defenders by the linebackers. The safety's unable to bring him down. People are pulling on him from behind like a 5th grader playing against a bunch of kindergartners at recess.
And here they were using the read option right there, and the quarterback kept it and got almost all the yardage back. Now James scurries towards the left side, towards the right side. Slips, falls.
Looks like Jay Davis was not able to get around there.
Excuse me, Davis.
Haven't been able to get that running back, that tandem of running plays going like Kenwood might have wanted to early in this game just yet, but there's still time for it. Is a little bit longer than it was before. 3rd, and it appears to be 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20 on the 46, the Knights. James drops 2 steps, rushed by the Cobras. James gonna have to get out of trouble. Splits it nearly towards the 49, towards the 47, right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not quite what you wanted to see. It's dangerous when the quarterback keeps running backwards like that. He seems to be a little frustrated on the bench. That's okay, though. You've got plenty of time ahead of yourselves. It's hard when the defense swarms you like that. This Kirkwood team knows how to gang tackle, get in there, and get together.
Here's the punt here for the Knights. And it'll be caught around the 8-yard line.
Nearly got free there, but is brought down at the 24.
As the Knights, the Cobras will take over. $14-0. The Cobras lead the Knights. Cobras are 2-0 here in this season. The Knights 1-1 And so far, a hot start offensively here for the Cobras.
Yeah, Kirkwood, of course, surprising them early with that onside kick, trying a second onside kick on them early in this game. We saw a couple onside kick plays in that walkthrough earlier this week. Little did we know that they would be trying that multiple times in this one.
As a throw down towards the right side, it's caught for a big gain on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, bombs away to number 3, Torrance Malone. I believe that's his 3rd catch of the game. What another long ball. As you see Redding here, just able to buy some time, get that down just over the corner's head on a route to that back post. What a play by the Kirkwood Cobras.
And Hugh, what has Kirkwood done successfully here in the passing game so far?
They've been able to get over top on them. They've been able to get by and keep away from their coverage schemes. Kenwood, we saw a lot of cover 3 from him earlier in practice this week, and it seems to be that Kirkwood has been ready for it and has been able to get around some of those scheme calls that we've seen so far.
1:13 to go, 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Trying to get the signal. Cobra's trying to get the signal from the sidelines.
Yeah, Kirkwood is impressive as they've been offensively, as flashy as they've been. They've made it in twice on their 3 attempts. If they can keep some more momentum going and get in a 3rd time in their first 4 tries, that would be fantastic for all Cobra Nation.
And a handoff back to Westbrook. Westbrook will be folded for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have 3rd and a couple. We're going to have another opportunity for Kenwood to stop Kirkwood and get this ball back. Made a nice defensive stop at the 11-yard line on 4th down earlier in this quarter.
And the all-time record here in this series is as Redding scrolls toward the right side. He's going to keep it himself. Redding slips a tackler, nearly tackled.
As a nice play to get out before the end of the quarter.
And it'll be a timeout.
Yeah, it's been all action here so far this night. It's been high and flashy for here in Kenwood and Clarksville, Tennessee. It's been a lot of success here for Kirkwood as they move down the field.
Excuse me, that is the end of the first quarter with the Kirkwood Cobras leading the Kenwood Knights 14-0. As Hugh quickly, what did you see for this first quarter?
I saw a lot of Cobra action, and it was fantastic if you're a Cobra fan.
And you're watching the high school football game of the week on the Austin Peay Sports Network. Cobras lead 14-0.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
Show your Peay pride with our Forterra Govs debit card. With no monthly service fees, no monthly minimum balance requirements, and only $25 required to open, our Go checking account is the easiest way to help your money keep up with you. And our contactless cards make paying in places where you see the contactless symbol fast and convenient, like Forterra Stadium or the campus bookstore. Visit any of our branch locations or apply online at forterracu.com.
Welcome back to Kenwood High School in Clarksville, Tennessee. Westbrook looks for some room towards the left side, nearly towards the end zone.
It looks like
he's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, they called that a touchdown. And the Cobras have hit 20 points with just one play into the second quarter.
And Hugh, let's look back here on what's happened in the first quarter and now the first play of the second quarter.
Well, we started off with an offsides kick. If you're just now joining us now, we started Kirkwood onside kicked it to themselves and then threw a bullet of a pass to the end zone and play later.
As the kick by Marsh is good.
Westbrook, though, getting around into that pylon, only one man to stop him, and he couldn't quite get there. Kirkwood's just firing on all cylinders right now offensively.
As we're about to be back for kickoff here.
Kenwood lining up here. Kenwood should be holding their hats a little bit high here. They've had some nice plays on defense. They've had some nice stops and a couple times here and there, but Kirkwood just able to execute how they wanted to in this game so far.
As Kirkwood about to kick off here to the Knights.
We've had a touchdown within the first 15 seconds of the first quarter and within the first 10 seconds of the second quarter.
As it's received towards the right side. And Kirkwood will make the tackle.
Kirkwood will keep him down at the 20-yard line. Kenwood will have a little bit of distance to go.
Kenwood on their own 28-yard line, starting this drive out.
Yeah.
Cobra's leading 21-0 here in the early second quarter. Cobra's 2-0, Knights 1-1. It's the first region game here for both teams this season and the home opener for the Knights.
Looks like we got a penalty here. I bet it looks like Kamari Blair intimidating that left tackle opposed to him for Kirkwood. He made a flinch and the left tackle moved. We're going to be backing up 5 more yards.
Here's the handoff to the running back to Davis. Davis cuts towards the left side. He's tackled at the 19-yard line.
If Blair was responsible for that false start, he fell short just a little bit on that tackle attempt as the man was able to get wide and pick up a couple extra yards here, making it a manageable second down or third down.
Excuse me, that was the junior Howard II taking the carry. Full house look here for the Knights. Side of the field looks like Kirkwood.
It's going to be another false start on
Got
Kenwood.
Kenwood to jump again. Kenwood has been behind the line of scrimmage here for most of this game so far.
Yeah, Kenwood looks a little bit nervous now from this defensive line from Kirkwood. They've been getting smothered there. There's been a couple holes that have opened up for Kenwood when they've stayed a bit patient with it, but just just a lot of pressure on you when you're going against a guy that will be playing FBS ball here next year.
As James throws it towards the middle of the field, incomplete.
Oh, the drops. You don't want those to start happening when you are in this position.
Looking for the senior Sean Taylor.
Yeah. Some good stuff from Kirkwood, or some Kenwood, some bad. Looks like we haven't quite seen what they were working on in practice this week just yet, but there's always time for that. Christian James had a couple nice runs, helming this quarterback spot.
We'll see at the second half that the Knights can come out and adjust here as James drops back, throws it towards the right side, finds his receiver.
He's got a first down and more. He's fighting for every yard he can get, but Kirkwood will stop him there just past the 20.
And that was the senior, Corey Dukes.
Excuse me,
catch.
that was not a first down. We are on 4th down now. That was 3rd down. They did not get to the sticks.
The Knights will bring the punt team on.
Again, 2 guys back for the Cobras. Another guy running on here for Kirkwood. We're going to be set to go here in a second. The punt is off.
As Hurd collects the punt at the 42, nearly bobbles it. Skirts towards the left side. He's going to be wrapped up.
What a play from Kenwood.
Wrapped up by number 56 for the Knights. Carter Needham, the sophomore.
That was a good play from Kenwood here. It capitalized on Elijah Hurd's mistake of bobbling that ball and making sure that Kirkwood doesn't get back inside their Kenwood's own 50 before the drive even starts again.
So Cobras will take over on the 44-yard line. Excuse me, 43-yard line. Handoff, excuse me,
Play action.
throw towards the right side is picked off by the Knights.
Intercepted.
Picked off by Ja'Cory Davis. Davis, the senior, laying out for that one for the interception.
That was an incredible play by Jade Davis. He was able to kind of read Redding as he looks. He's trying to get to his guy, but he just doesn't get the best throw on there, and Davis is able to fall on that.
Now the Knights, with that turnover, taking over on the 39-yard line. James spins out of a tackle, gets towards the 48, and gets about a little bit more on the carry.
It looks like that pick might have gave Kenwood a little bit of momentum, Mario.
And as Kenwood got some life here on this drive.
And if there was ever a time you wanted to get life behind your guys, it was right then. If you're Kenwood, it's a perfect opportunity to get something on the board and say that this game is not over yet. We are the Kenwood Knights, and we have come to fight today.
2nd and 1 on the Knights' own 48-yard line.
Looks like the defensive line trying to make him false start again, but he breaks free for another first down.
And a 15-yard, excuse me, that was a 8-yard gain by Howard, by Brian Howard II, the junior.
It's a very nice pickup. And now you're deep into Kirkwood territory. Can you come away here with 6 or 7 and bring this to a closer game? Maybe get another defensive stop on them. You never know. This could turn around on a dime here for Kirkwood.
And the Knights in shotgun formation here. As the Cobras looking for the stop. Now a keeper towards the right side, James, is tackled on the right side.
Yeah, not before he picked up maybe about 2 or 3. Oh, and he looks like he might actually be down on the ground right now. We are going to try and confirm the number for you guys. It appears to be number 8, Josiah Brown. He is a senior.
Brown, the heart and soul of this Kenwood defense in that linebacker spot.
They call him Joe. Joe Brown being attended to by the medical staff at the moment. Now, Kirkwood seemed to be all smiles just a moment ago, but you think they might be a little bit on edge right now, Mario, after throwing that pick?
We'll see. and it could be, but of course, it's a long game here for both teams.
It's been all Cobras so far this half, but Kenwood just a moment ago grabbing a spark, and it looks like Brown's going to start hopping off of the field.
Brown's going to walk it off by himself. He looks to be fine.
And we're about to resume action here.
And he'll be second down here for the Knights. Knights on the Cobra side of the field. On the 37.
I'm going to snap the ball.
James is going to keep it towards the left side. No, excuse me. That was the freshman quarterback for the Knights, number 10, DJ Fisk.
Oh, and that might have been Christian James that was taken off the sideline, as the 9 might have been an 8. But DJ Fisk, the freshman, able to get a nice play for Kirkwood early, and a nice test here on 3rd and long.
And Hugh, when you're a freshman here coming into this environment of the game, how do you settle your nerves down here for these first few plays?
Well, first and foremost, of course, he can take a little bit of a relax because it's already 21-0, right? So there's no terrible much pressure in order to come back and win this game. There's not too much pressure to feel like you owe it to the team to make it more competitive. You kind of roll with what you got and you keep moving forward. Freshman or no freshman, just want to try and get some plays together.
Fisk, quick pass towards the left side, incomplete.
Not quite what you wanted to see from the pass there on that play. But Fisk not letting the defenders get that ball away from him.
It's 21-0 here as Fisk looking to get a spark going here for the Knights here with a new quarterback entering the game. With the quarterback for the Knights going down earlier in the game.
Yeah, just a couple of plays here on this very set of downs.
Christian James.
Yeah, we're hoping he's okay. Looks like they're working his leg here on the sideline right now. So 2 teams will take a little bit of a timeout.
And with 7:10 to go, let's quickly talk about what's going on here. A couple minutes away from us is Rossview Clarksville in the battle for the Warfield Shield, the 24th edition. On My TV 30, a local streaming game, a local TV game. It's a big one down there in Clarksville.
Yeah, it's a nice big rivalry in the area. I had actually picked Rossview to win that one myself. I will be happy to check that score later. I'm a fan of what Rossview has as a team this year. I think that they might have had a rough one against Kirkwood last week, but I think we're going to hear that a lot this season, is that teams are going to have a rough time with Kirkwood. This Kirkwood team looks to be on full ignition at this point in the season.
As the Knights are going to punt it away again, and we've seen a lot of the Knights punter here tonight. As the Knights will punt it away to POTUS, and POTUS loses the football. Can the Knights recover?
He bobbles the ball and is tackled around the 11.
And the Cobras will hold on.
We're going to get a look at this replay here, see how this all went down as returner was making a move and just lets the ball go straight through his hands. His teammate picks it up for him, and he is wrestled down
and
early.
Hugh, in this second quarter, we now seen Kirkwood make more mental mistakes in this game as the second quarter is going along, and that gives momentum here to Kenwood potentially going into the second half.
Yeah, just a couple of things they need to clean up in order to make this a perfect game so far, but just some stuff like that you just need to clean up as the season goes. You know, you're still only game 3. A lot of nerves are still around the team. You're still getting used to the rise and grind of the season. Lots of errors will be made.
Of course, this being the first region game of the year for both teams, and the home opener for the Knights, as Westbrook being tackled on the left side. It'll be
And that's
second
another,
down.
That's another thing to note about Kirkwood going forward in the season is that this is their third road game in their third week. They haven't played at home yet. They're going to have a nice back half of the schedule where they're going to have 5 of their last 7 games at home, perhaps, maybe even more. And that's going to be a fantastic opportunity for them.
As Redding keeps the ball, and he is dropped on the leg for a sack.
He is sacked and thrown into the Red River. Miles Redding is not able to get around the tackle. They are calling it a safety, I believe. I thought I just saw the ref's arms go in there. That play was made by
Chance Forsythe, the senior defensive lineman.
and a great play for him. They're looking at this a little bit, I think.
And we have no instant replay, no challenges here in high school football, so the call will be made on the field.
Yeah, and it looked like the refs might have had. Now we're going to keep playing. It looks like they ruled them on the 1-yard line.
Redding on their own, Cobras on their own run up, pass towards the middle of the field, incomplete.
Man, that was
Looking for Malone.
It was a dangerous route that he's been throwing to Malone many times this night, but the safety was there to help that throw and keep the receiver off the track. We're going to have a 4th and long. They're punting out of the back of their own end zone, Mario.
And how about the snowfall here we've seen in the second quarter from Kirkwood all of a sudden?
Yeah, just a couple of mistakes here and a couple of mistakes there. Not able to really home in that first quarter success that Kirkwood started off with so much as a high snap.
As this is a very low punt, bouncing out towards the 45 of the Knights, and the Knights, 45 of the Cobras, and the Knights looking in excellent position to try to take over and get some points.
The Knights here starting on Kirkwood's 44. This, I believe, is the 3rd straight drive. They've now been able to have the ball within their own side of the field. And Kirkwood is now giving Kenwood another chance to make this a game again.
As the Knights taking over on the 45 of the Cobras. Cobras have a 21-0 lead. And the Knights looking to chip it here towards a 14-point game, but they'll have to do it with this drive. They're going to hand it off to the running back. Back to Elijah King, who only gained about 4 yards. Second down.
Now this drive could be critical here for the rest of this game. Kenwood could possibly get on the board before the half closes with a score here.
Full house formation again for the Knights. And they're going to hand it all back to King. Spinning, being tackled by number 18 of the Cobras. And Hugh, the Knights committing to the run here on this drive so far.
Yeah, the Knights are committing to the run. I think now that they may not be able to get Christian James back into this game very much for the rest of this time here, they're probably going to run the ball a lot with their running back games.
Man motion on the right side as they're going to give it all back to King. King rushes towards the right side, and he'll be tackled for about a yard gain.
And we've got 4th and 1.
The Knights keeping the offense out here, and it's a critical 4th down for the Knights to stay in this game.
You got to think this is huge for just the remainder of this half. If Kenwood is able to make this here, they could run out the clock and score here before it ends, possibly get a touchdown, hopefully at least a field goal. And Kirkwood, if they're able to make this stop, they'd have about 3 minutes left before this. Oh, we're going to have a timeout right now, actually.
And Kenwood is going to look it over here and see if they keep the offense out here to go for it. And if you're a coach inside the huddle for both sides here, what are you thinking, Hugh?
I think if you're Kenwood, you have to go for this. You have to build some sort of momentum and take something into the locker room with pride. Even if you don't end up scoring here for the rest of this, if you're able to make 1 4th down conversion, you might be able to have enough fight to go out and make this a game here in the second half. If you're Kirkwood, though, you want to end this game as quickly as possible. You don't want Kenwood crawling back out of the depths and back in onto this field here at the castle.
It reminds me of boxing fights. You know, the older fighters want to get it over real quick, but the newer fighters, the newer uppercomers, usually want to take it into 5, 7, 10 round, 10, 12, try to go to full 12 rounds.
Yeah.
And that's what Kenwood is looking to try to do here with Kirkwood. As they're going to hand it back off to Harlem, the sophomore, who will pull in, King.
Yeah, they get that yard and then some, Mario.
For the first down.
First down, Kenwood Knights.
Hugh to push on the offensive line there to get the first down and keep the chains going.
That's the teamwork you like to see out of your team right there. The running game is more than a one-person effort. Any great running back in the history of football has always been accompanied by 5 solid offensive linemen.
I don't think quarterback has never, as James will be wrapped up for about a 3-yard gain.
It is a good showing by Kenwood to get some offense going before this half goes out. Of course, 2:36, you wonder about maybe run it a couple more times. If you're able to get to another first down, take this in within the 2 minutes, that would be very nice to have.
Of course, we're right on halftime. We'll send it to crunch time here later on when we get into half. It's a 21-0 score here. Hand off back to King. King will be met by 3 Cobras.
Yeah, that's good gang tackling again from Kirkwood. Kirkwood all over the place on defense. They've been all over these skill position players for Kenwood, and it's been a nice film room session probably for all of those that are looking forward to Kirkwood later in the schedule.
And Hugh, that was not a loss you wanted to take on that drive here if you're the Knights.
No, 3rd and long now.
Shotgun formation.
Can the freshman quarterback make a play here?
As they're going to hand it off towards the left side. King towards the end zone. Down at the...
Oh, they're bringing this back, it appears.
It's a holding call.
Holding on Kenwood. That's a tough break for the Knights here. That felt like it deflated the crowd here, but let's look at this anyway, because it was a beautiful run from King. He's able to get around the edge and get by the safety.
And it looked like the right tackle for the Knights ended up holding right there. And it took the Knights out of what would have been a touchdown and would have flipped this game right around potentially.
Yeah, still the minute to go. You're still on the same situation, 3rd and long. Maybe another play can come about.
As Fisk gonna have to run to the right side. Fisk looking to just get out of bounds, and he will be caught up.
They're going to roll him, looks like down in bounds. They're going to keep the clock rolling, 46 seconds here.
43 seconds now in the second quarter.
Perhaps Kirkwood could kick a 53-yard field goal, but it looks like they're
Hugh, in this 2-minute drive, what do the Knights need to do here to score a touchdown quickly and get the momentum back on their side here going into halftime?
Well, that would take a little bit of a prayer sent down for Kenwood at this moment, just simply because it's 4th and very long, but there is potential there in the second half. I think there's some things you can definitely build on if you're Kenwood. You've gotten some great running action. You know, even though Christian James is out right now, it looks like he's sitting here on the sideline still on the training table. Even though he's still out, your running backs with Elijah King have been incredible. I think you lean into that more in the second half, hopefully on a little bit more of a battered Kirkwood side if you're Kenwood, and get out of here with a couple of plays under your belt in the second half.
As the Knights will be on the 38-yard line of the Cobras, looking to quickly score before halftime. Fisk hands it off, and it'll be a first down. Brian Howard the second, taking the carry, the junior.
Yeah, it appears to be a first down for Kirkwood. The question will be, will they try and score again before this first half, or have they sewn their last points into the story of this game, of this first half?
And Hugh, what would you do here if you were the coach of Kenwood? What is the plays you want to run here with 31 seconds?
I think you want to just honestly nail the ball, get out of this half. You have everything to be proud of if you're Kirkwood so far. You think you've got a couple of really great deep ball shots that you've been able to complete. You even had a rushing touchdown you're able to tack on extra.
As Kirkwood on offense now, and a pass towards the middle of the field is complete. 24 seconds left, and
Calling a timeout.
timeout called by the Cobras. As Kirkwood has one timeout left. Kirkwood taking over on downs on an important drive right there for Kenwood.
Yeah, if they possibly are going to get something here before the half ends. It's a little long of a distance to go, but of course with 20 seconds left, you never know what could happen here. It's possible you're able to get another deep ball out there, split the safeties again. Oh, you're thinking Kenwood might have adjusted their coverages against that, since we have not seen that in a while, but
shotgun formation. Cobras on their own side of the field. Redding hands it off to the running back, Westbrook. Westbrook will be brought back. Not before he gets a 4-yard gain.
Kirkwood takes their last time out. I think Kirkwood has so much to hang their hat on in this half. Able to get 2 touchdowns out of quarterback Miles Redding. Able to get another running touchdown later from Claybrooks. Of course, you did have that interception earlier from Redding, but honestly, it's been very good, solid play from all sides of the ball for Kirkwood.
As Kirkwood looks to score here on this drive. 21-0 lead.
It's either Javen Norris, number 5. We haven't heard much from him tonight, but we're looking to see some more action from him possibly in the second half. This would be a good time to see him break loose for a nice scamper.
Excuse me, it's Claybrooks, not Westbrooks. The running back for Cobras. Shotgun formation here. Redding, 3-step drop. Throws to Claybrooks, who's tackled for 2 yards.
They're going to hurry up, trying to get a play off.
And Kirkwood looking to spike. They don't get it off before the horn blows, and it's halftime with the Cobras up 21-0 on the Kenwood Knights here from Kenwood High School. We will send it to here to APSU Athletics has a new man in charge this year. And for his first football game, the Govs made history. Dylan Walden introduces you to the new interim athletic director and looks back at the beatdown in the borough in the latest edition of Crunch Time.
Welcome everyone to this special edition of the Crunch Time episode of this Kirkwood and Kenwood halftime report. So look, I know this game is very entertaining, but we have something just a little bit better. We had the opportunity, myself and this Crunch Time team, to sit down with the new Austin Peay athletic director. His name is Mr. Jordan Harmon, and we just had the chance to sit down with him for a few minutes and pick his brain on what he thinks the athletic department can be this upcoming year. So we're gonna roll that, and let's see what he had to say. We have the new interim 2025 athletic director, Mr. Jordan Harmon. How you doing?
Awesome. I'm great. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Man, I'm excited to be here with you. It's been, I mean, you've had a long 2 years. We're going to get into it, but I want to start, first of all, you from St. Louis.
Yep.
How was it? Early life in St. Louis. You got the Cardinals, you got the Rams. I don't know anything else you did, but just how was it growing up in St. Louis?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in St. Louis, I think the biggest thing was it's a sports town, right? So immediately from the very beginning, not only were my parents big sports folks, but like the whole city revolves around the Blues, the Cardinals at the time, the Rams, everything. So you get indoctrinated and engrossed in sports. So immediately I had a foundation where my parents invested in me to be able to play sports. I was around watching sports all the time, and I loved it. I had opportunities to play and enjoy it and be around it, and that's kind of what started my love for everything athletics.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So did you grow up a Rams fan as well?
No, absolutely not. And of recent, people judge, but I have been a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan since the day I was born.
Oof.
I was actually born in Tampa, moved to St. Louis real young, so I've been a Bucs fan.
Okay.
The Tom Brady year was fun, but I had a bunch of bad years outside of that.
Yeah.
So,
and really until he came there, everything was pretty.
Pretty much, yeah.
Only Mike Evans.
So it's been good since.
Okay. That's not bad. So how did everything end up here? Like you say, your parents put that sports bug in you. You grew up around it in St. Louis. How did you end up choosing baseball?
Yeah, I think, I played a bunch of different sports growing up. Baseball was just something that I fell in love with. Outside of that, it was the one I was best at. So it gave me the best opportunity to continue to play and grow my career. I love every sport. I just wasn't very gifted in all of them. So I stuck with the one that gave me an opportunity to come to Austin Peay and continue my career, and that's kind of how it all came up.
Okay. And then how did Austin Peay become involved once you got past high school in that college recruitment process?
Yeah, so you go through the whole process, right? And schools are reaching out, and you're going on different visits, and you're having conversations with people, and you're going to see the campuses. And I was fortunate when I came to Austin Peay. I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the culture. I fell in love with the people, and they had a tradition of winning, and that was something that mattered to me. And I was just told in my heart that I knew I needed to come to Austin Peay, and I'm sure glad I did.
Yeah, I mean you did, and basically haven't left since you got here.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Once you get to the P, it's hard to leave.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing. So you graduated with your bachelor's in finance.
Yes.
And then you returned to come to get management with your master's in management,
yes.
right? So what was the process of you returning? Because some people say they don't want to return at the same school they got their bachelor's, and some people say they do. So what was your thought process with that?
Well, after I graduated, I got an opportunity to start working at Austin Peay as a director of development, and kind of as I got my feet under me and felt a little bit more comfortable, I knew we had an opportunity to get a master's program. And outside of the athletics department and some people on that side of things, there were a lot of really influential people for me in the College of Business. And there's some professors that made a difference, and I loved what Dean Hepner was doing, and I felt and was inclined to get a master's, and I wanted to do it at my first alma mater. So Austin Peay through and through, I guess.
Just like me, man. Very inspirational. Very inspirational. But no, that's amazing because at one point I thought about, venturing out to going to sea, but I was like, I've worked so hard here, I've established connections here, and why start over brand new when you're trying to just put your foot in the door? But now, being here and getting my degree here, I've understood what a sense of community and building that network,
right.
and that whole tree of
right.
everything Austin Peay offers. So it's amazing that I came back, and it's honestly a blessing.
Yeah, no, this place is special, and I think you're right. It's hard to leave once you get engrossed in it, and that's kind of the culture I think has been created, not only in the athletics department, but this entire university.
Okay. So fresh out of college, I want to make sure I get this right. You landed the Assistant Director of Athletics of Development.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that transition like? Fresh out of college and now boom, in baseball, and now you go straight into the real world, full-time job.
Yeah, Chris Phillips, who's now the VP of AEP, was the one who reached out to me and met with me initially about the job, and he was the one that gave me the opportunity to start. And it was huge, one, to have just like a support system of some people that were like, okay, hey, we understand you're new to the real world, we know you're joining in, but at the same time, I think you put it yourself in a position that you kind of sink or swim, right? You dive right into it, and you take advantage of every opportunity you get. I think something that is often brought up is you're too young, right? I was 22-year-old trying to fundraise money for the athletics department. Well, I don't agree with that. Let's go get it. Let's have an opportunity to be successful, and we're going to show people through professionalism and work ethic and desire and grit that we can get this thing done. So just kind of pouring into the folks around me as they poured into me, and continue to learn, and I was blessed by a great community that just wanted to support.
Yeah, and you mentioned the fundraising. I read that during your time here, before you eventually went on to a new adventure, you were part of the 2 best year run when it comes to fundraising, raising over $6 million.
Yes.
Talk about the dedication, the hard work, what went into it, how, especially for a university. It's not like you raising for, a big company like Google or something like that. It's just for a small town university, mid-major school.
Yeah. No, I think the big thing for me is, and we say this all the time, is many hands touch a gift. Every single relationship or every single interaction someone has with someone, that affects their perception on the university, the athletics department. And we've got an incredible president in President Licari. We've got incredible coaches that are winning, that make fundraising a lot easier. Yeah. And we've got an incredible community that wants to support all the good things going on. So was it hard? Maybe, but it was fun. It was energizing, and it was great just to watch people pour back into the student athlete I once was. Yeah. And to be able to make a difference each and every day was special. I say it all the time. You're not asking people to give money. You're asking them to fulfill their passions. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we try to continue to grow each and every day.
Yeah, I wish I had a $6 million passion, because
I wish you did too. We'd be more than happy to take it.
Yeah, but no, raising $6 million is, regardless of what it's for, is simply amazing. The fact that, like you said, everyone was able to work together and achieve their goal, that's amazing. But personally, since you started that entry-level job, once you got in, at 22 years old, you found a way to just elevate your position more and more each time. Speak about the challenge that you may have internally. Like, what motivates you to just climb that career ladder?
Yeah, I think, again, it's all about mentors. I already spoke about Chris Phillips and President Licari, but Gerald Harrison, the previous athletics director, was a huge mentor to me and one of my best friends. And I got to the opportunity to learn from him each and every day and grow from him, and that matters. I also think that, again, I was a former student athlete. My wife was a former student athlete here.
She played golf.
She played golf here. So just being able to pour back into who we once were is really what was all the motivation I needed. I mean, and that's the way we're going to look at this interim role as well. It has nothing to do with anything about me or my family, and it has everything to do with how do we make Austin Peay athletics the best we possibly can.
That's solid. See,
yeah, appreciate that.
Yes, sir. That's pretty good. But no, because right now, and this is just me speaking personally, right now I'm in that mindset of how can I get better. I just got done with this internship I did for the summer with the Tennessee Golf Association.
Yeah.
And I put myself in a room where I had never even been, not anywhere in my environment before, and I learned so much. And so now I'm in that position of what can I climb next? Where can I learn more next? Because every time you go up, and it's not about the money, it's how much more can you learn? Because when it becomes about the money, you know what you need to know, and then the money just going to fall in line.
Exactly. Everything else will take care of itself. And what I'll say about, I can speak to my kind of career sector is people are very willing to help and support. If I was to reach out to Georgia's AD, he's going to respond, and he's going to offer advice, and he's going to support. And you know what? If there's one that doesn't, that's not really someone you want to surround yourself with anyway. But this is not only a community locally, but a community within college athletics that really want to help support one another. And I mean, that's what I would say to anyone really looking to continue to climb that ladder is make relationships, build connections. I mean, people want to support one another.
Yeah. Yeah. When they do it all works out.
It
all
does.
works out.
It
So,
does.
lastly, just a few more questions.
Yeah.
But I think I'm more interested in this one. So, the last 2 years, like I mentioned in the intro, have been like a whirlwind for you.
Yeah.
You've had a child. You started a family.
Yep.
You were in Florida for a year.
Yes.
You were hired here in July for a different position.
Yes.
Just a month later to have one of the biggest positions in athletics. Just talk about the mentality, the mental health, the family aspect, your wife, you're just building a family, the whole nine over the last 2 years. How have you been feeling about that?
Blessed.
Yes.
Each and every day, right? Each and every day we're thankful, and we're always grounded in our Lord and Savior, and that's kind of what strengthens me each and every day. Outside of that, I mean, my wife is incredibly supportive and is always involved and wants to do and help and support every which way she can, and I wouldn't be here without her as well. And then professionally, again, Gerald and President Licari and others, I'm surrounded by great people that support me through this journey. So each and every day is a blessing, and each and every day is an opportunity to make this place better. And we transitioned away for a minute for some other reasons, and came right back, and we're thankful to come right back and get rolling. And then as roles change, opportunities become greater, and that's all that matters. That's how we're going to look at it. So take advantage of each and every opportunity you get.
Yeah, and make the best of it.
That's it.
Make the best of it. So now, this is my favorite segment. Whenever I like to interview people, I just like to throw quick hitters out there just to get to know.
All right.
All right. So first, I want to start off. Your favorite 3 teammates while you played here at Austin Peay.
Casey Bredlau, Caleb Powell, and I'm going to give you 4.
Okay.
Shane Lantigua and Levi Primacy.
Well, like all of you on the same team the same year?
We were all the same class.
Oh.
We played all 4 years together. Caleb was my roommate. All 4 of them stood next to me on my wedding day.
Oh.
We're all still best friends. I've got a longer list because this place is so special, but those would be the 4 because we went through it all.
Okay. Favorite Bucks player?
All time or right now?
Let's do both.
Okay. All time, I'm going to go Rondé Barber.
Okay.
And currently, I would probably say, that's a tough one. Because Mike Evans is such a cliche, right? It's such a cliche.
No Mike Evans. No
Mike Evans. Okay. I love Cameron Brate. He's a tight end.
Yeah. Tight end.
He just does it.
Yeah.
He just does
Workhorse.
it. He's a workhorse.
He's a true workhorse.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. This year, give me 3 words to describe this year. So when May comes, whatever happens in May, how do you want to define this year?
I hope the 3 things that we're talking about with Austin Peay Athletics is how we represent ourselves in the classroom, in the community, and in competition. So if we take care of those 3 C's, everything else will take care of themselves.
And I like that.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's solid. The 3 C's. You heard 'em. So I appreciate that so much. I appreciate you coming on, talking to us today.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. We got a good year ahead of us.
Looking forward to it.
It's only September.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of games to go through. And I'm just happy to get to it another year.
Yeah.
And let's get to it, man. So, Mr. Jordan, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for all your time and all you do for Austin Peay.
Yeah, I'll try my best. This has been Crunch Time, interview on Crunch Time, and we're going to get back to it.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
Show your Peay pride with our Forterra Govs debit card. With no monthly service fees, no monthly minimum balance requirements, and only $25 required to open, our Go checking account is the easiest way to help your money keep up with you. And our contactless cards make paying in places where you see the contactless symbol fast and convenient, like Forterra Stadium or the campus bookstore. Visit any of our branch locations or apply online at forterracu.com.
Since its inception in 2004, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly provided funding for education programs throughout the state. Scholarships and grants, including the Hope Scholarship, Tennessee Promise, as well as technical school grants and more, have received over $7 billion in funding, and that's led to a great deal of change. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing, life-changing fun.
Welcome back to the second half here of the Kirkwood Cobras at the Kenwood Knights.
We're getting ready for that second half. This is high school football on APSN. As you see, we're getting the second half underway here pretty shortly. Just waiting to get things rolling now.
And Hugh, let's recap what happened here in the first half that's made this game here so interesting.
Well, we started with an onside kick caught and received by Kirkwood to give themselves a start. And what do with that possession? The very first play, they chuck it. Miles Redding all the way down to number 89, and Kirkwood is on top first. And then Kenwood, as you see, Christian James had some good, nice runs early. Of course, he fumbled this one and then was picked up and taken for another first down, but then it was actually called back for a penalty. But then Miles Redding giving out the ball to everyone on the offense as Clay Brooks is able to run down for a nice gain there. And Miles Redding getting a nice touchdown to Talon Dillman at the very beginning of this game. Christian James able to break through more tacklers. He was very good in the first half. And Redding again with the aerial assault on the defensive backs of Kenwood. Clay Brooks running around the edge, getting through the tackles. Kirkwood able to do anything and everything with the ball on offense in the first half. Redding was making plays downfield, but not that time. He got picked off by Jade Davis. Redding sacked as well. Towards the end of the half, a little bit problematic for Kirkwood, but we're going to see more from this team in this second half.
And it's time to take it back to kickoff here in the second half here, Hugh. Interesting affair here, 21-0, the score line, with the Cobras leading as Kenwood looks to try to find their stride, or Kirkwood will hold here to lead and go to 3-0. We're about to find out as both teams get ready for the kickoff.
Now, wouldn't it be crazy if this was an onside kick?
Today we've seen two here thus far, Hugh, so wouldn't be surprised to see a third here.
To see it come right back from Kenwood, yeah.
As they get ready here to boot this thing off. And remember to catch APSU Govs hockey all season long on the Austin Peay Sports Network. Home games from the Ford Ice Center will be live on the APSU-TV and streamed on the APSU-TV YouTube channel. Our opening broadcast is September 27th, a rematch with Alabama Huntsville Govs hockey, only on APSN. So get ready here for kickoff. Just waiting for the signal from the ref to get back to the 40-yard line. Definitely getting his cardio in.
Yeah, it's been a nice, fun half for our APSU high school football game of the week. As Kenwood's kicker gets back to run this.
As we start the second half here, we caught at the 18-yard line by Kirkwood. And they'll be up towards the 28-yard line to start this drive here, Hugh.
Yeah, number 4, Jordan Canis, was able to get that ball up past the 30 for a nice field position start for Kirkwood, trying to build onto that first half momentum.
And Hugh, what adjustments do Kirkwood and Kenwood need to make here in this second half?
I think Kirkwood, it's a lot about cleaning up some of these simple mistakes. There are 2 drives that they failed to score on. They could have, had they not making a couple of key mistakes, such as that interception earlier.
As Redding hands off to Clay Brooks. Clay Brooks will scroll down for 6 yards. It'll be second down. Third. Third down.
It's a nice play for Kirkwood to get here into a manageable situation, to get this drive, keep it going. You get gifted some nice field position. Now you're looking to build on it. Nice second and short. Perhaps we're getting a long ball opportunity here again.
And we've seen Redding here strike on that long ball for a lot of gain. Shotgun formation. Cobras on the 45-yard line. And Redding will keep it and get upended
Gets
by
hit.
number 5 of the Knights. Number 7 of the Knights.
Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor, the senior, making a very nice play to make this third and a little bit longer. Kenwood looking to get this ball back early as they can in the second half.
Taylor's made a couple plays here in the first half for the Kenwood Knights despite a 21-0 scoreline.
It's been a nice night here for some football. We were supposed to be expecting some rain. Still haven't seen any of that yet, knock on wood.
Pistol formation, hand off to Clay Brooks. Clay Brooks will warp towards the 43-yard line.
The refs have not awarded him the first down just yet. They're discussing the spot of the ball, and now the chains move. We're going to have a first down for the Kirkwood Cobras.
As my partner Hugh said, the chains are moved here for Kirkwood.
We're getting some stacked receiver formations now from Kirkwood.
On the 42-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Clay Brooks. Clay Brooks bounces off a tackler. Gets towards the 46.
Looks like he picked up a nice 4 yards there, maybe 5. Kirkwood doing still just about whatever they want with offense right now.
And Hugh, a strong running. The Cobras using the outside, the left side here to gash the Knights here on this drive.
Yeah, led behind starting running back Josiah Claybrooks, the 5'9", 190 senior. He has been leading Kirkwood for a couple of drives now, most of that second quarter. A lot of running attack had come from Kirkwood. He's picking up where he left off.
As the handoff back to Clay Brooks. Clay Brooks goes towards the outside, nearly gets towards the yard marker he needs for the first down. A flag on the field.
Looks like a little discussion from the refs about this.
Looks like this might be on the Cobras. As the Cobras are walking back to the line of scrimmage here, it's a holding on the Cobras, Hugh.
Yes. Yeah, and that was, Kenwood had a nice play there too from Renardo Pipkins, nearly getting the tackle for the loss in that backfield, but he'll take an extra 10 yards back as well, I'm sure.
As the Cobras will be on the 35, they start 2-0 for the third straight season in a row here, Hugh.
Yeah.
Under Chad Watson, who's been at Kirkwood since the opening in 2023.
Led behind a lot of studs, such as quarterback Miles Redding. Not to forget to mention number 66, Kamari Blair, is a recruit to an SEC school, Tennessee, later next year in the class of 2026.
As Redding looks to make the play here on the right side, tries to pump, spins out of that one, and Redding is going to boot towards the right side. He's going to speed up, try to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
It's a hodgepodge run only for nothing at all.
Man, it might look like this is going to be walked back a little bit. There is laundry on the field. There seems to be some confusion here amongst the players. Ref's shortening that out right now.
And Hugh, Redding was doing his best Archie Manning, Fran Tarkenton impression to get out of there and try to just throw the ball away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate it got called for a holding, but yeah, that was a great play by Redding to not take the sack there, to escape everything and hold on for dear life. Looked like a little Johnny Manziel to add on to that fine list of yours, Mario.
But it did come with an intentional grounding penalty on the Cobras. So a 15-yard loss. Just give me a holding call. And a timeout called by Kirkwood. And for the Cobras, what has made them successful here tonight?
A lot of what Kirkwood's success has been built on has been these deep passes. We saw that in the first half highlights. A lot of splitting the safeties in between or getting around to that back post or that flag route. Lots of deep threat attacks from Kirkwood. Kenwood has just not been able to stave them off terribly well. Later in that second quarter, though, they started to fight some of that off from them. A lot of the safeties were pulling into the right places on the routes and keeping them wide receivers in check.
And Hugh, if you're Kenwood, what adjustments to make here on this drive to potentially get a turnover and get this one back under 14?
I would say need to keep containing Miles Redding. You were doing a really good job of that, chasing him down, making him make a mistake like that. When the quarterback has to scramble, a lot of times people forget about the holding calls. The holding calls will come in often if he has to scramble a lot. So be mindful of that if you're Kenwood.
Shotgun formation. Cobras on their own side of field. And Redding doesn't get out of trouble. Spin for a sack.
That was a big one.
That was Joan Alarcon for the sack, the senior.
Alarcon starting on that defensive line, playing a majority of these snaps tonight, if not all of them. And he's being rushed back out there right now, actually, as they're going to take off number 76.
As they're now lining Alarcon up on the left side of field here defensively.
Kirkwood looking for a play. It looks like we got a whistle.
Looking to catch Kenwood off sides.
Yeah, they're going to give him an
do.
offsides. I wonder if any of this has to do with the 6'5", 275-pound stud of Kamari Blair back there on left tackle.
Of course, a 4-star UT commit.
Excuse me, did I say 275? I meant 290. You can see it just looking at him. This man is big, built, and ready for some football. Kirkwood could go far behind this group of playmakers they have.
And Kenwood jumps again at the line of scrimmage. Move the Cobras going up 5 more yards. Kenwood and Hugh, if you're Kenwood, how do you stay disciplined here on the defensive line?
It just need to keep working at it. I mean, some of this is just easy stuff you can just kind of clean up, you know. It's one thing to say, you know, just don't react to it, but it's hard if you're a defensive lineman when a guy is sitting over top of you.
As Redding drops back, spirals it towards the left side, incomplete.
Just couldn't reach Shaven Norris, the 6'1", 175 junior. Hasn't been able to connect with him terribly much tonight, but not happening that time either, as Kirkwood looks like they're going to punt, I believe only for the second time this evening.
And Hugh, as you mentioned, Kirkwood hasn't punted a lot tonight, but they will here on this drive to Davis, senior.
Yeah, most of Hudson Marsh's work has come from the kicking game and the kicking off game. The punting game has been the third piece of the puzzle for him this evening.
And of course, seeing Kenwood's as that's nearly blocked. Punt gets in the air. Davis is going to return it towards the 40-yard line. He can get space. Davis towards the right side. Davis tackled
What a
at the
play!
38-yard line.
Davis with the play of the night maybe for Kenwood so far. Way to get around that guy. You're now starting from inside your own 40. How about that to start the second half?
The senior with some juice here on the return, and he gets the Knights on the 38-yard line.
Let's look at that again. He punts this nearly blocked at the line, but gathered anyway. He's got it for 10 yards, 15, 20, stumbles into 25. He's got no man left, but he's fallen behind. And he gets a couple more after that.
As Fisk, who's bottled up for a loss of 2.
Fisk, of course, who is starting in place in the second half.
Of Christian James,
the
senior,
who appeared to go down with an injury towards the end of the first half.
Of course, Fisk getting his first action in his high school career. Coming into the game on short notice, he's done a great job here to manage the situations here early on in this second half, and it's provided a spark for the Knights. And there's Fisk.
It's a tough task to tell someone to play the top team in your division on their third week in high school, you know? He's handling it with grace. He's not making any terribly erratic decisions or anything like that. He's being cautious as the team should, but they seem to find a little bit more comfort with each drive with Fisk.
Hugh, Fisk was not prepared to go into this game tonight, and of course he gets into this game right now, and Kenwood is all of a sudden can make some noise here in the second half.
Is a long third down, but hope maybe they can. And
misses the mark. Over the middle, incomplete.
It appears that I spoke too soon. Looked like Fisk was looking for a roughing the passer penalty there, but
as that was Kamari Blair on the pressure, speeding up the internal clock of Fisk.
And there's that name again, Kamari Blair. He heads actually over to the sideline. He's replaced by number 10, Zayden Covington, sophomore, 6'2", 195. Kenwood with a fourth down and long.
Fourth down, as they're going to keep the offense out there. Fisk is going to try to make some moves. He gets towards the right side, towards the 35. A flag is down. He'll skirt towards a first down on the 27-yard line.
Oh, but it's coming back. Give the holding call awarded, and it's going to be 4th and 19. Should take a look at that again, though. That was some beautiful work by the quarterback to break out. Just you could see that right tackle holding there onto Parker Keenan a little bit. Fisk. That ball is a live ball and there's no flag there. That's a huge play for Kenwood. Fisk was the one that made it happen.
Knights are going to keep the offense out on the field here again. And this is a play where the Knights...
How does the old saying go? It's a bold strategy, Bob. Let's see what happens.
Fisk is just going to let this go incomplete.
And that's unfortunate for Kenwood there, but Kirkwood's going to take over on downs. Still looking at 5 minutes left in this third quarter, 17 minutes left in this game. You think, you maybe aren't at the time where you're desperate yet if you're Kenwood, but you're definitely trying to make something happen before this game gets out of hand.
But you like the confidence the coach need to put trust in his freshman quarterback to go get a 4th and 25 and try to make something and potentially get a first down on that play. Of course, ended up being incomplete, but that's some good trust building here for future weeks ahead.
I would say there's a lot of trust built on that drive for Fisk. Fisk looked like he was very much comfortable in that role, making that scampered out to the side there to try and get in, even though it was called back for a holding.
Almost like his trust fall moment as Clay Brooks takes the carry, spins out of that one, and these will be brought up at the 49-yard line of the Knights.
Clay Brooks is like one of those wind-up toys you used to play with as a kid, as he keeps moving and keeps generating power and steam as we have an injury down here. It appears to be number, I believe that to be number 58 at the moment. We'll get you an update if we have some better information to make available. Number 58, of course, Chance Forsyth, the senior. He's made a couple of nice plays tonight for Kenwood, as the trainer seemed to be stretching out his leg. Looks like he's just got a little bit of cramping. Probably be okay to go here in a couple of plays, as we take a little bit of a break here.
Hugh, on the weather report originally early on, it looked like we had some rain coming into Clarksville. And fortunate enough, it did not hit this side of town. It's been clear skies and a great night for football all of a sudden, as the Cobras hold a 21-0 lead against the Knights. Of course, the Cobras hosted a home playoff game for the first time last season, in season number 3, in the Coach Watson era.
We may actually be looking at number 56 on the ground, Carter Needham. It's a little hard to tell from this angle as they stand him up, and yes, that is 56, Carter Needham. He's walking with a little bit of a limp on the way back to the bench. Coaches are helping him out.
Coaches and trainers helping off number 58.
56.
It's going to be 56 of the Knights. That is Carter Needham. Needham had a sack earlier on in this game.
Kenwood looking to roll with the defensive linemen that they have and trying to stop Kirkwood dead in their tracks as well they can now.
Ball's on the 49-yard line of the Knights. And it's a jet sweep pass here towards the outside. And it's going to be, it is number 2, Miles Redding.
Number 2 gives the ball off to number 8, Jadon Portis.
It's a holding penalty on the Cobras.
We're gonna take a look at that play again for you as Portis breaks through that hole and he's stopped abruptly by number 24 of Kenwood. That was a very nice play. Unfortunately brought back for the offsides. We've seen a good bit of offsides calls, or holding calls in this game.
Jacarius Nolan making the stop right there, the junior defensive back.
Going from second and short now to a second and long. You like to think that Kirkwood's going to take it maybe a bit easy here and run the ball on him, try and drain some of this clock out on while they can. They may go for a long passing play here again, or they might go for something up the middle.
As they're going to hand it off here to Claybrooks. Claybrooks is going to scoop towards the 49-yard line of the Knights.
He makes it to the 49 inside of Kenwood territory again. This is now 3rd and 3.
And in other scores here around Clarksville, how about this? The Clarksville High Wildcats up 31-6 on the Rossview Rossview.
It's a big rivalry score and win for Clarksville. They hold on to that.
As Claybrooks takes the carry towards the left side.
Nearly got inside the 30 there. It's going to be a first down, Kirkwood Cobras.
A 14-yard gain. Claybrooks been one the highlights here for the Cobras.
Kirkwood has stood tall here in the castle this evening. Kenwood defensively not able to, hasn't let them score since the very first play of the second quarter. But Kirkwood able to get some yards here and there and some big chunk plays and keep some drives alive, while Kenwood hasn't seemed to quite get there yet.
And here you can see a lot of improvements here from the Knights as Claybrooks slips a tackle, gets the first down, and the Cobras will be on the 23 near the red zone.
Here.
Back under in the pistol formation of
Whistle dead on arrival. And oh, possibly an offside or false start, but we're getting confirmation with the side judge, looks like. Somebody's got to mention something. False start. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and Kirkwood be walking backwards again this evening. Just penalties like that are honestly the only thing that Kirkwood's really not doing well on offense this evening. It's just these little penalties and then that one turnover from Reading. Other than that, they could be up 42-0 right now.
And here for Kirkwood, it's been these last 2 quarters where they made most of their mistakes and if you're Coach Watson, this is not the best performance in this is not the highest level that you expect out of your team here to play a complete ball game, yet they still lead 21-0.
Yes, nice hot start was really what has helped them out this evening a lot.
Lightning delay here at Kenwood High School, and it's a 21-0 lead for the Cobras. As we'll get it back to you here when we get any updates.
Since its inception in 2004, the Tennessee Lottery has proudly provided funding for education programs throughout the state. Scholarships and grants, including the Hope Scholarship, Tennessee Promise, as well as technical school grants and more, have received over $7 billion in funding, and that's led to a great deal of change. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing, life-changing fun.
Trying to fundraise money for the athletic
position.
Yes.
Just a month later to have one of the biggest positions in athletics. Just talk about the mentality, the mental health.
You can help support Austin Peay students who don't have enough to eat by donating to the Save Our Students Food Pantry. The Save Our Students Food Pantry is looking for soup, pasta, canned meat, canned beans, peanut butter, and fruit. You can drop off your donations at the food pantry on Home Avenue. It's open Tuesdays through Friday, 8:30 until 4. For more information, call 221-1620, a campus reminder from Austin Peay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Came up.
Okay. And now you go straight into the real world, full-time job.
Yeah, you know, Chris Phillips, who's now the VP of AEP, was the one who reached out to me and met with me initially about the job, and he was the one that gave me the opportunity to start. And it was huge, one, to have just like a support system of some people that were like, okay, hey, we understand you're new to the real world, we know you're joining in, but at the same time, I think you put it yourself in a position that you kind of sink or swim, right?
Yeah.
You dive right into it, and you take advantage of every opportunity you get. I think something that is often brought up is